How did the officers that were with the Tuskegee Air people find the transition in the active military service, and were they able to make a career in the Army Air Corps and transition into the Air Force? Or what difficulties did they find in doing so?
Well, there are some that stayed in. I had a tent mate, his name was Williams. He stayed in, several stayed in, and went right on in, and they fought a career. But this tent mate that I had, he got shot down. He was flying a Sabre jet, and he got shot down. He had a child that he didn't ever see. He got shut down. But I went into the reserves in 20 years, reserve. But I didn't fly. The last time I flew was in 1946.
But many of the men who stayed on active duty, many of the men, let's face it, black man going into the Air Force or Army, when the services were desegregated, they met the same obstacles that you'd meet in civilian life. Racism is like a snake, sometimes very insidious, other times it's outward. They look you dead in the eye and call you the end name. Otherwise, they would, in the background, your OER is turned up on a downside. You incurred the same obstacles in life today.
Well, when I was in Tuskegee, white officers run everything for a year. Then they turned it over to the blacks. But white officers refused to take orders. They had to be threatened with court-martial because they wouldn't take orders from a black officer. But after a while, like anything else, it finally wore off and they decided to do it. But we had a lot of Southerners who come into the base as pilots, and they would have them be officers of the day. And usually they would sneak around at night and try to find people on duty guard to see if they were asleep. So my first time guard duty, I was with a sergeant, and he was sitting over there half asleep. And I see a light keeps flashing off in the distance. He said, if you see it, fire. I said, I see it all the time. So the next time I saw it, I did, I fired. I heard somebody holler, out. The next day they had me down to the provost marshal. Said, do you know you shot an officer in the cap? I said, no, I saw somebody out there sneaking up, trying to get to the post, and the sergeant told me to fire. He says, good soldier. You should have killed him. I was standing there shaking. I didn't know what to do. And I figured they were going to throw me out there. But in other words, they recommended me for what I did. And but this officer was a captain, and he wasn't hurt, but I creased his skull. So that's one of the things that happened while I was on duty.